Oh, yes, that's right, everybody. It's time for the second game in the Ratchet and Clank series, Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. And hey, that's cute. He's playing the original on the on the screen here. Hang on a second. I forgot to post this somewhere. Whoops. All right, there we go. What else did he do on the... I actually haven't watched this for a bit. Oh, there's a little gameplay for... Oh, that's a spoiler. Maybe I shouldn't let you see that. Ugh. So we're gonna turn widescreen off, obviously. Progressive scan. I'm sure. Line vibration. Subtitles. We don't need subtitles for this. Y'all are watching this in a video format. Yeah. I deleted my save file before I started. As per usual. And by per usual, I mean per the last one game of the series that we've played so far. And we're going to Bry-Sulfate a little bit here. We're going to save in slot 2 because we've only got 4 this time.
Tonight's heroes are the duo who recently restored peace and order to our galaxy, Ratchet and Clank. So, gentlemen, tell us about your latest incredible adventures.
Well, as you can imagine, we've been pretty busy. After Drek's defeat, there were parades, press conferences, fancy dress balls.
And the wiener roast at Al's.
Oh, yeah, that. And then things
Is that you,
started to
Titus?
slow down a bit. After that, well...
There was the grand opening at Groovy Lube.
Right. I think that was last week.
6 months ago.
We're still pretty busy, but in a more, domestic sense.
Yesterday, I flushed out my radiator core.
I guess no one needs a hero right now.
Yeah, the fame doesn't last forever, huh? Not much respect for that sort of thing, is there?
Bottom, I found our man.
Oh boy. I got a bad feeling about that. Well, at least we had to keep our chairs.
Founder of the Megacorp Company in the Bogon Galaxy.
Bogon?
I'm sorry to incapacitate you, but our entire galaxy is in a very precocious situation. I must humbly request your sustenance on a mission of dire urgitude, a mission of superfluous peril, a mission of unequivocal imperitude.
Did that make any sense?
Superfluous peril indeed.
So, you need me to go on a dangerous mission in another galaxy.
Indubitably. A few days ago, this top-secret biological experiment was stolen from our testing laboratory by this dupliferous criminal mastermind, and I need
Testing
you
laboratory,
to
thank
grab
you.
it back.
Mr. Can't do words, right?
We will.
Frank, I have precipitated your recalcitrance and have made special improvisations for you. We are prepared to give you a job as the head accountant for Megacorp, plus a penthouse suite in lovely Megapolis, and our state-of-the-art robotic masseuse.
Deal.
As for you, Ratchet, I'll need you in superlatory shape. While in transit to the Bogon Galaxy, you will undergo heavy training and conditioning, including martial arts, heavy weaponry, survival skills, stealth, macrame, ballroom dance, and origami.
It seems like Clank is the hornier of the two, by the way. I find that very funny.
Polar vector regurgitation to track the thief's location to a flying base in Sector 7.
Aw, they gave us a neat uniform, too.
Sir, ready for launch.
Green seems like an underappreciated color. Hey, Iron Fury, what's up? How's it going? I heard you got your promotion. Did you mention that in chat? Or I did see it on the Round the Wheel Discord, but I don't know if you also mentioned it in chat.
Approach to coordinates 37 Alpha.
Good luck. I'm counting on you.
Affirmative. Beginning radio silence.
Well, gee, at least somebody can count on us. That might be a bad idea. This game's not that bad. Oh, hey, yes. Those exist. Actually, I should probably turn the auto hints off, because in this game, they're not as funny. So we can turn that stuff off, and we'll be able to play the game. I'll teach you all how to hold a controller. Going all right? Nice. And we got some fun stuff going on here to start with. Yeah, you said that, and you're making more money. Seems pretty good. Oh, you. Anyway, so this game, we actually start with 2 weapons, and you'll notice that when we go into quick select, we get sort of like a soft pause. So we can select things at our leisure here. We've got the Lancer and the Gravity Bomb to start with. The Lancer is kind of like the blaster. It doesn't have the aim assist that the original did, I don't think, or maybe it just shoots in straight lines better. And the Gravity Bomb is basically the bomb glove but on steroids, as you can tell by the fact that A, it's a gigantic gun, and B, it's got only 8 shots as opposed to 40. This thing hits like a truck and is a good way to clear out a small room. Great way to clean up at the end of the evening. And it's going to be something we're going to use quite a bit. Actually, the gear they give you to start off with is super great. It kind of makes up for the fact that they're like, hey, no Clank to start with. And by that, I mean it really doesn't in any real sense, but it is good equipment nevertheless. You'll also notice the enemies are a fair bit hardier, but you can hand out damage a little more easily. Also, you will notice... can we pop that back up? Yeah, with L3. That little meter under our health indicator. First of all, you'll notice that our health indicator is shaped a little funny for only 4 slots. It definitely looks like it can expand quite a bit, and yes, it can. That meter down there in the orange that will not stay open for very long. Let me try holding the stick down. Okay, that doesn't work either. That's an experience meter. This game has what the press referred to very heavily at the time as RPG elements. By that I mean as you kill shit with your weapons and with your... just in general, you gain experience, both for your active weapon and for yourself. Your health tops out at, I think, 80 in this game, and there's a couple that you can pick up. And that sounds absolutely fucking ludicrous, doesn't it? Well, don't worry, enemies deal extra damage in order to make up for it. So, because of that EXP thing, we are going to be using our guns to a pretty heavy extent. Like, in the previous game, I was willing to whip out the wrench pretty much whenever in order to conserve ammunition, because we also needed the money for a lot of stuff. In this game, I am going to be nowhere near as conservative with my resources. We are going to do this like we're somebody going through the biggest midlife crisis ever, buying a social media website or something. I don't know. Insert your own topical joke here. I'm a little bit lost right now as to what to say there. Just, hey, shoot things, get money. It's a Ratchet and Clank game, and you'll probably see that we're gaining cash real fast. Like, we're up to 2K already, and we're halfway through this sort of intro stage. Yeah, the cash flow's a lot faster. Oh, this is a great place for us to pull out the Gravity Bomb, by the way. Or it would be if I had done it earlier. But you can get a load of that absolutely mighty, mighty destruction that we can rake. I tried to say rake there instead of reek. We can cause a lot of pain with it. There we go. And hey, look, they show us an indicator for the checkpoints.
I see it's time to update my security forces.
Whoa, whoa, no, hey, no, look, I'm just here to fix the transflexor coil.
Nice try. Give my regards to Megacorp. Finish him.
Wow, way to make me feel threatened, dude. Like, I haven't torn these things in pieces already throughout this entire stage. Ooh, so spoopy. Get the fuck out of here with these. Give me my ammunitions back. Yeah, I've already heard that Scarlet and Violet have been leaked. Somebody in Spain got hold of an early copy. Oh, by the way, another quick thing. We can go into... No, it's a special menu. First of all, we can see a listing of our skill point names here. So that's cool. That helps us out a little bit. We can see some movies. Yeah, if we earn skill points, we can turn on special cheats. These are mostly like the kind of cheats that you would see in games like this, like Big Head Mode and stuff like that. There's a place where we can view... Ah, yes, here we go, Monsterpedia. We can see a little bestiary here, and we can get an idea as to what kind of stats we're dealing with these things that we're fighting. The blade balls, yeah. They got a lot of blades, and they got a lot of chutzpah. And we can look up some info about our weapons. Whatever. I'm just gonna explain that shit to you guys anyway, so, meh. Yeah, that's entirely fair. I haven't gone looking for it. I'm sure that I'll find out about it eventually. Or I'll play Scarlet and Violet at some point, because I didn't actually pre-order it, oddly enough. Which, usually I do with a Pokemon game.
Right. I'm in the market for some security.
You bring the cash, we'll bring the thrash.
Good. I need your best men to meet me at these coordinates.
We'll see how things swing financially in the more Christmassy time of year. I'm sure I can probably fit it into my button. There we go. Huh, that was some weird hit detection. Man, aiming that up close is not the easiest thing in the world, but we'll see a lot of better. The new mechanic in Scarlet Violet will be banned immediately. I don't even know like what all it does aside from, oh, it's like this sort of, you know, visually I understand, oh, it's like a Bedazzle your Pokemon sort of thing, but in terms of what effects it has on battle or anything, I don't know offhand. Oh, it changes typing. Oh, that... Well, that could be a thing that's a bit of a problem, especially if it's just like, hey, do whatever, based on attached items or something. That can be a little bit hard to deal with, so yeah, I can see that. Haha, rip.
Ratchet checking in, sir.
Incredulous. I didn't expect to hear from you again, so soon.
There was a slight problem. The thief escaped with the experiment, and I have no idea where he was headed.
Not to worry. I just received an emission which may lubricate the matter.
Do you have any maps for this quadrant of the galaxy?
You bet, mister. We got galactic maps, 3D maps, fold-outs, cutouts, maps to the stars, and their homes.
And their homes.
Sorry about that. Ah, I forgot my wallet. Could you take care of this?
Oh, those crocodile men are gonna kick that guy's ass.
You forgot your change.
Speaking of kicking it, oh,
I'm on my
I'll say
way.
that in a second when the dialogue is over. Speaking of kicking ass, I've got the actual case for the game here, and I just was very amused to see on the back of this, the tagline, kicking ass, one planet at a time. Like, they're trying to be really, you know, tough for teenagers, but this was released in, like, 2003-ish? So, you know, back then, oh, it's a T-rated game. Oh, you can't say ass in a T-rated game in 2003. So they've got it rendered, of course, in the @ sign and the $2 signs, like we all used to do on AIM and shit when we were, you know, back in the early 90s. Back in the late 90s, pardon me, and early 2000s and all that. And I just think it's very funny seeing that in something that's aimed at a set that's, you know, 13 plus. When I was reminded earlier today, for reasons that I'm not completely confident of the game Tembo the Badass Elephant, which was created by Game Freak, came out a few years back. I don't remember exactly when, but a few years back. And yeah, again, that is rated as E10, so clearly they were aiming at an even younger set than Insomniac was aiming at with this. So I just find it very funny how standards have changed about things like that. Like, just the things you can get away with. I think they, yeah, they do rather freely in Crash 4. Isn't that game a Shantae clone? I don't know if it was a Shantae clone. I'm not certain about that. I've never played it. Did I just pronounce it Shantae like a British person? Ew. We'll take a look at our guns here that we can buy. Let's see. So we'll stock up on our ammunition here, because why not? And you can see that our weapons are a little bit more expensive, but we'll be able to afford these eventually. The chopper and the blitz gun. The blitz gun is probably going to be the one that we really want to pick up, because that is a nice old electric-based shotgun. So yeah, I find it very amusing, stuff like that, and I'm just thinking about how in Crash 4, you have this incredibly foul-mouthed version of Dingodile, right? Where he just, you know, like his intro, just his restaurant gets blown up and he's like, ah, those bastards! Oh, I love Dingodile. I need to go beat that game, but unfortunately I was lacking any controller except for my Joy-Cons for the Switch at the time that I purchased a copy for the Switch. Used, of course. I'm not going to give Activision Blizzard or any of their properties my money. Sorry to the developers, but, you know, Bobby Kotick is kind of an asshole. Anyway, aside from that... Oh god, somebody's drowning in the swamp. That's terrifying. Never mind. That's fucked up. I gotta shut up for a second. So... Oh, it's not even that. I think that dude just got pulled under. Anyway, yeah, I didn't have a controller other than my Joy-Cons on the Switch at the time. And, of course, Joy-Cons, guess what happened? Fucking Nintendo, I swear. So, that was kind of unfortunate on a lot of levels. Oh, what happened to that dude? Did he get vaporized or did he just vanish into the ether after I killed him? But yeah. When you level up your health, you emit a massive burst of electricity and it deals huge damage, if not killing everything in the area. And it's very, very good. It's real great. I think they all but took it out of later games, in fact, which is kind of sad. I guess they didn't want it to turn into too much of a clutch thing, but, I mean, come on. Sir, you and I both know that I can take for as long as I want here, and I will not possibly get over there in time to save your ass. Boost not only your current stab, but original stab. One is that booster boasts, because, like, I'm just sitting here thinking having potentially 3, maybe even more, but probably not, stabs by itself is kind of sick nasty, and, like, the only Pokemon that's really had that before, I think, was Delmise, and really, that is, A, due to the Steelworker ability, so it's not true bonus stabs, and second of all, Delmise is kind of a jank Pokemon to begin with, so, like, it kind of gets away with it. But having 3 and they're stronger seems a little bit on the disgusting side. Like, damn. It's got some uses, but it's certainly, you know, it... Once you get past in-game, they reduce a little bit. We'll put it that way. Well, yeah, but I mean... I don't know, is Trick Room still, like, all that gimmicky, or was that just something that I imagined for a while? Anyway, we got us a mini-boss here. Get a quick sippy in here. Oh, don't hit me in the... Oh, do we have Strafe in this game? Yes, we do. Alright, so this game introduces the ability to Strafe, which is done by holding either the L2 or the R2 button while you're moving around. And let me tell you, that makes your life a lot easier. Although, here, it's not really doing a whole lot for me because I am just walking into these attacks. You kind of want to be moving in the opposite direction of where... Oh god, that one just has a really good reach, huh? Ooh. Maybe we should just try dodging this the normal way. Yeah, there you go. It's... Well, if it's still pretty good, then maybe it's a little less jank than I thought it was, but, I didn't really give Trick Room much of a time of day as, like, a legitimate strategy that was gonna be highly effective in most cases. But hey, if it's better than I think it is, well... I'm not the true competitive expert around here. It just always seems like, oh, it's the absolute lowest priority you can get. You definitely need quite a tank to get that thing out there. Uh-oh, I think somebody else is still about to die here. Wow. One VGC rules. VGC rules is doubles, right? So that'll certainly improve things in its favor. Anyway, the Dynamo. The Dynamo is our new big gadget. Oh, Shuckles. Shuckle. What a Pokemon Shuckle is. It exists, alright. Ah, yes, we get to hang out in a Smash retail building. This is just what we want to see. Now, the Dynamo doesn't just make those elevators, it also makes these platforms sometimes. And yeah, smashing stuff in here does actually get us a skill point, but it's probably not really recommended to do that until much later. Because we'll get something that'll help us out with that. So I might not do it except for the ones that are super easy. Oh, hey dude. I didn't mean to wrench you, I meant to do that. Okay. I appreciate this goofy music. It's very, very entertaining. Alright, are there crates on the floor? No, it's just the weird lumpy masses. I also enjoyed the fact that Megacorp decided, hey, we're gonna put a department store on the swamp planet. Where anybody is really gonna want to come to get all their expensive stuff, right? And this, as you can probably guess by the fact that it looks like a Magna Boot track, this is going to be, for a replacement for the Magna Boots in this game, the Gravity Boots, which are way better. No, I haven't even kept up with a lot of the Pokemon reveals in general, so I don't know what's the most recent thing. But I mean, you can spoil it in chat, I guess.
Are you there?
Copy, Mr. Fizzwidget.
Listen, I have some new information on our experiment's wherewithal. The thief was indemnified at Megacorp's Mactar Resort. Also, the thugs have towed a moon-sized jamming array into Mactar Resort orbit.
Should I take it out?
A Formulus! It's disconfabulating our annual Galactic Gladiators broadcast. See for yourself.
Ask yourself, are you man enough, hero enough, insane enough to step into the ring with two of the fiercest warriors in the galaxy? If you answered yes, you're a big, fat liar. But that's okay, because Megacorp is bringing Galactic Gladiators into your home for a special Mega View event. First, it's survival of the fittest in our bio competition. Be there as Chainblade unleashes his fury on our gladiator guest contestants. Chainblade has gone undefeated in 500 straight matches, but if the bio division doesn't do it for you, our robotics division will. Taste the adrenaline as contestants face off against our four-armed bandit, the B2 Brawler. No living creature is a match for this machine. Watch 6 tons of Carbonox alloy hunt for its prey. There's no consolation prize, cause this bad boy's programmed to show no mercy. So, what are you waiting for? Call now
Programmed with its real brain.
Into your living room, but put away the fine china. The Galactic Gladiators, only on Megaview. Call your provider now.
Chainblade, huh? I've got the coordinates. Ratchet out.
I see.
Thank you for choosing Megacorp, where our customers come first.
You sure about that, guys? Anyway, I just really love this game in general. The bonus part of that little bit there with no, like, effects or anything on the voice. It's just the one dude doing it. Trying his absolute hardest to sell this wrestling event that has a vague American Gladiators reference to it. At least I think that that's sort of what they're going for, which... It was 2003. American Gladiators was pretty fucking out of date for a reference, though, but, you know, maybe that's just me. You know, I listened to enough Bill Hicks in high school that I've started to associate any sort of reference to gladiators that aren't, you know, actually tied to Greco-Roman things as being an American Gladiators joke, so... Yeah, I mean, blatantly, they're going at least for that as the reference, but I think that there's at least some of the wrestling angle to it. The wrestling, yeah, there you go. That's how you can tell that I really take this whole content creation business seriously. I just slip into stuff like that. But, you know, it's a bit of a blend of things, we'll put it that way. And why not? And we've got... Can we get across the water here? Yes, we can. We can get on our mutant Lapras here. But yeah, because my... you know, maybe I haven't... Maybe, I'd say... I'm not really super knowledgeable about what goes on with a lot of those shows, but I kind of thought that American Gladiators was more of like a general purpose athletics sort of thing, and that's literally just a fighting arena thing. Just underground boxing or something. Underground boxing in the middle of a space resort. Perfect place to put your boxing arena is in Space Cancun. Right? Ah, boy, oh boy. Gotcha, okay. Well, I'm really glad that somebody is here to... oh, that sounds really sarcastic, I'm sorry. In a legitimate sense, I am glad that somebody is here to help me fill in the cracks here when I'm as confused as I often am. Oh, what the hell was that? Good auto-targeting. Yeah, this game definitely lacks a lot of the aim assist of the first game, and you can see it screwing me in places like this. Just whoop. Enemies. I just like the sound it makes when the thing pops out. Very goofy 80s ass names, or very 80s goofy ass names. Either way. I feel I could have expected no less. Okay, so we're going to want to go backwards in a second to go over to that platform. Is there a transport back? There sure is. Alternately, we could just loop through the whole side path because it's one of those parts of the game. Alright, well, you can absolutely just post random bits of it in chat so that way we have something to laugh about while I'm doing this. See, at least that time I didn't whiff with that bomb. I'm getting smarter. I'm not getting smarter. There's a difference between getting smarter and getting less stupid, though, is all I'll say. Once I figure out what it is, I'll tell you. This one's gonna... yeah, this is the one we want to get on. We got some crates here. Is this where we're gonna find... we gotta find something here, right? Or is it just money? I mean, money is useful, too. Not gonna lie, that blitz gun does cost 15k, so that's a pretty sizable bit there. Bullet, Cobra, Diesel, Falcon, Flame, Fox, Gold, Hawk, Hunter, Jet, Con. Nice. Laser, Lightning, Nightshade. They suddenly get a hell of a lot longer there. Well, I guess Lightning is pretty big, too, but... they're Phoenix, Raider, Rebel, Rhino, Rio, Rocket, Saracen. Nice. Saracen, I like that. Scorpio, Shadow. Oh, don't fall in the goo. It's the same rules as the mud from Umbrus and a couple of other places in Ratchet 1. You fall in 3 times, you're dead. I seem to recall seeing something about the revival some years ago. Obviously, I don't know a ton about them. Sound like no-name henchman in a Mad Max movie. You're not kidding, Jesus. Doom, Enigma. Yeah, I've played both of those in Dota. Wait.
Welcome, welcome. If everyone could take their seats, we can proceed with today's demonstration. First, I'll need a volunteer.
Ratchet, sit down
Anyone?
first.
Excellent. Your name, sir?
Ratchet.
And there you have it. The Megacorp tractor beam in action. Let's give it up for our volunteer. Sir, how about taking advantage of our show special?
Imagine the level of insanity involved here giving a demonstration like this to nobody. Also, yeah, I see they recycled some of the names for the revival of American Gladiators there.
Sir, you won't be disappointed.
But I guess they didn't want to use Axe, so they went with Battle Axe, huh? They didn't want to confuse him with Ace, maybe? Eh. Regardless of the case. So, of course, to get out of here, we gotta just tractor beam these pillars over there. But as you can see something silvery and shiny up there. Let's go ahead and grab that before we go. Might be a bit tight because, of course, we have no helipack right now, but there it is. This is our first of many hidden collectibles in the game. It's the Platinum Bolts. That's right, they've upgraded from gold bolts. MasterCard has improved their... I don't know where I'm going with that. Show called Battle Dome, which is a ripoff of American Gladiators. I'm not 100% surprised that there was, someone trying to imitate that, because I do know that American Gladiators was, like, super popular for a period, so... Or at least decently so. I mean, enough so to get a revival sometime later. So... Terry Crews was in it. Interesting. Let's grab ourselves some ammunition. We'll come back for the chopper later, but for now, we do want some bullets. More wrestling inspiration as far as theatrics and presentation. Gotcha! Alright, we are moving on to our second planet, I guess. In this case, it's a location. We gotta go deal with the Thugs for Less jamming array and win the arena battle. Also, you can see here, we don't have a number of platinum bolts listed on our planets there. I think that we can find that stuff. No, I don't know if there's a place where it really tells you how many you've gotten per world. So we may just have to scour everything in this entire game. Or... the obvious solution, but we'll try to hold off on that until we need it. Wrestling in a spinning cage. Nice.
Yes, may I help you?
Uh-oh.
I said,
Oh no! Clank just got kidnapped. Why is he wearing towels? Oh, we're taking a bit of a stop off between our destinations here. I don't remember the controls for these spacecraft sections, pardon me. So, here we are in the Whoop-Ash Nebula, which I guess is the Whoop-Ash Nebula, maybe. X button to shoot are regular laser beams. Square is our boost button. Triangle is our weapon select for our secondary weapons, which will be on the circle button. And we can shoot these ice ships, and we can get some raritanium for us. Our health indicators are the little colorful things on the left and right side of that middle bar. Which the middle bar, I'm not 100% sure what that is. Raritanium is going to be a currency that we use to purchase ship upgrades. Wait a second, we've got a shield already? So maybe that's just our shield. Yeah, we didn't die, so the middle bar is our real vitality. The other icons are just our layers of shield. Right. Start going through a rabbit hole. Well, what can I say, man? Video games. They lead you in some weird directions. Anyway, the controls on this are pretty alright. It takes forever to lock onto a ship, though. I'm mostly going to blind fire a lot of these torpedoes. Like did a wrestling crossover with WCW in 2000. Huh! Interesting. And there's a new fleet of enemy ships flying in. Oh, thank goodness, a full shield. I feel like I might be able to succeed here now. WCW in 2000 is one of the reasons WCW no longer exists. Oh boy. So interesting, but oh, what a mistake, you guys. It's just like that Gilbert Gottfried, you fool! Brrr, clip over and over, right? Alright, this cackling clown needs to get in the way of my laser bullets. And yeah, it takes a while to segue to the next section. No cutscenes, no bit of Ratchet bragging to himself. No special communique from Mr. Redithosaurus once and didn't understand how it worked. David Arquette as world... Oh, Jesus. Oh. That's a choice. Not a good one, obviously, but that is technically a choice. Excuse me. And yeah, no new weapons here for us, but we don't have that stuff yet, so eh. Coffin on roller skates going downhill. Nice. That's a good description. Alright, so we got some of the Thugs for Less cronies here, and they're going to start the fight. Well, first of all, they've got a gun that does 2 damage to us, and second of all, they start the fight by dropping a couple of chicken bots on us. At least the first time around. Later on, they're just gonna skip straight over to try to shoot you in the face bit. And admittedly, that's probably just a better idea because those chicken bots are not exactly what you would call the best way of dealing with things. That's not really gonna win you many awards for good, good minions here. Anyway, as you can see, we've got some slot machines here with stock sound effects that I've heard in a lot of other stuff since. I don't know if this is like one of the first things that ever used those particular sound effects or what, but I've definitely heard them in many newer things since then, and it's really strange when you hear a stock sound effect and you recognize it. Which I've probably said before, but like there's a couple of instances I've heard things that I know I've heard in like Donkey Kong Country 2 and stuff like that before. Actually, I did mean to make it... It reminds me, I didn't ever point out in terms of the quality of this game. This little trilogy, anyway, it is kind of reminiscent of the Donkey Kong Country series in that regard, because this one's the best one. The next one is probably a little overboard, but still pretty good, and the first one is a proof of concept that was a little rough around the edges. Anyway, we're going to play with these slot machines a bit, and they're going to cough up all kind of rewards. There's a skill point for winning the jackpot at these slot machines, so it's not like I'm just like, hey, yeah, let me slow farm bolts because I could probably do much better than this and not have to even think about these things. Also, yes, if it lands on 3 of the TNT crate symbol, they explode, and for some reason they're storing chicken bots inside of them. I don't know what's up with that, but, you know, it's something to do with your gambling devices, I suppose, if you need a very strange form of security for them. You do you. Also, look how close our gravity bomb is to upgrading already. Hey, I'll take some health any day of the week, because we got thrashed by some of the dudes earlier in the level. And check it out, our first weapon upgrade, the Mini Nuke, and it lives up to its name. This thing does absurd amounts of damage to basically anything inside of its range. That's pretty sweet. I am quite happy with that. Upgrading a weapon, I believe, refills its ammunition. And of course, it means that we can switch to something else as our main for a bit. And y'all will probably think of me as being a bit of a fool when I start not using optimal weapons for certain situations just because I want to upgrade my stuff so much. Although, I mean, to be fair, why not have that ready for the future, right? Oh, wow. These things are really not paying off anymore, huh? Oh, that's better. So I guess the bolt drops are a little bit randomized in terms of size, too. Oh, damn it. I was really... Oh, game. Why you gotta tease me like that? Oh, right. It's a Ratchet and Clank game. Gotta be a little bit rude to me. Insomniac, you bastards. How dare you be good at making video games? Man, the Spyro the Dragon series was pretty good, too. I mean, there were a couple spots that kind of sucked, but mostly those games were pretty good. Wow, rude. Can't believe it didn't want to give me ammunition. Oh. But a little bit of distance between us. Just because it'll take a second to pull that out. Hey. Oh, I tried to jump that, but I didn't hit the button fast enough, I suppose. Alright, max that out. Well, now we got another shot against the slot machines if we want to. And you know what? We may as well. I know we didn't really 100% Ratchet and Clank 1 properly, but I'm going to try my damnedest to do it with this game. This one, it's a fair bit easier to do. Still not the simplest thing in the world, but more so than Ratchet and Clank 1. Again, the devs were a little bit better aware of what to do in terms of game design, and I just walked off the edge. Oops. Well, that's okay. I took a lot of damage there, so refreshing my health is probably not a bad choice. What if we tried clearing this area out before we start goofing off here? Health? Yes. I'll take a health. Hey, we got it! We got a skill point. And it still wasn't that much money, because you probably barely saw how much we got. I think it's like 300 or something. Well, you know what? That's good enough. Now we don't have to think about slot machines again until the next game, when it's a skill point again, I believe. Take care of the ineffectual chicken bots and pick up everything. Time to get in the space bus. I don't know, maybe it's more of like a limousine, but for some reason my brain just went bus. Yeah, it's definitely more of like a limousine type of thing. Why did I say bus? Probably because it's a vehicle that is not clearly a, you know, it's not a pickup truck, and it's longer than a car. And not like some other kind of truck either, like a dump truck or a semi-truck or anything like that. You know, a semi-truck, half of a truck. Now this would be a good place to just pull out the mini nuke and go to town, but I do want my Lancer EXP. If instead of when, so you can't miss timing now. Well, it's interesting to see functional errata like that, just in general. Because I'm used to that not being a thing because of other games I play. Anyway, we have upgraded the Lancer to the Heavy Lancer. I'll show that off in a second. Ow! I meant to throw that. Damn it. Well, I guess we're going to show it off right now. You can see it's a much bigger weapon, and it fires just a constant stream of blazing hot pain and death at people. Yeah, pretty much. Boy, aren't you glad that they nerfed this card that was already getting obliterated due to just shifting meta into the ground. Well, nerfed it into the ground, whatever. Aren't you glad that they did something to this card that doesn't have any real... You know, it's not a going concern, to put it nicely. Thanks, Konami. Always looking out for us. In some regard, I think the lack of a rotating format in Yu-Gi-Oh! Has kind of hurt it a little bit. Because they basically just have to keep pushing the envelope in terms of... power level. There we go. There's my words. So now the grossly, comically, disgustingly busted shit of yesteryear is pretty useless. I mean, Geki is legal. What the fuck? That's something that, like, back then you would look at a card like that and you'd be like, how did somebody not get a horrible lecture for it? And now you look at it and it's just like, oh, I guess it helps a reasonable amount of times. A reasonable amount of the time, pardon me. But not completely worthless. And I remember seeing something on Twitter. The phrase Tier 0 was trending. And somebody was pointing to a recent tournament and showing off that, like, the top 32 was 80% the same deck or something. So, I mean, they kind of ended up in that place again, and it's just, wow. Boy, whenever I look at something like Boral Sword Dragon, I fucking throw up. And that's not even, like, the problem card right now. But, Jesus. Just why, regarding Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the modern day in general. Like, I had a couple of... There were a couple of combo decks that I wanted to check out. I was, like, building, brewing at various points. Pardon me. Words. You might notice that I'm at a bit of a loss as to having the resources to discuss other parts of this, and it's affecting the rest of my ability to talk about the matter entirely. So, one that I saw and wanted to play around with, I saw the card Dark Doriato, which, when you summon it, you can search your... I almost said library. Wow. You can search your deck for a fire, a wind, an earth, and a water monster, and put them on top of your deck in any order. So it would be do that and then play Enchanting Fitting Room and just summon the top of it and do some fun stuff with special summoning off of those monsters. And I really don't think that that is something that's, like, playable right now, because it just wouldn't be strong enough to overcome some of the absolute horse shit that's out on the docket nowadays. And meanwhile, I look at that and I'm like, dude, back when I'm used to the era that I played in, that would be just completely gross with the right cards. For reference, Enchanting Fitting Room is pay 800 life points, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, and special summon any level 3 or lower monsters from there. I believe they have to be normal monsters as well, but you know, you can do that. You can do some completely sick, nasty shit. Like, you can just look at that and be like, hey, free Mistworm, and I'm not even done yet. And that seemed a little bit grody to me as just a concept. And then I look at the rest of this and it's like, wow, that's not that good. So, ooh. Excuse me. Anyway, so yeah, I don't really see myself ever picking up Yu-Gi-Oh as like a serious game. Despite the fact that I do genuinely love it and there's a lot of other stuff I love to do. Fossil Fusion with Magnet Warriors was an idea that I had. Oh, by the way, we bought this thing, and there's no weapon obtained cutscenes to show off, so meh.
particular, this guy.
Wow, okay.
All of our gladiators,
Judgmental indeed.
brand new electrolyzer. If he can't make it past our gladiators, he'll receive a consolation prize. Let the games begin.
All right, they want some blood. Let's give them a little bit of let's show them what we've got. And you can see the Blitz gun wreaks havoc. The Blitz gun has some pretty good damage to it, and it hits in a nice area. Mostly because it's got forward range. I mean, check that out. It's not exactly the fattest spread you've ever seen, but who needs it to be? Shotgun in a video game? Usually them things are pretty good. I seem to recall the shotgun in BioShock was pretty good, although admittedly I haven't played BioShock in a couple of years. I did play it on stream, like around when I got affiliate, I believe. That's on my YouTube, my Stream Archives YouTube, rather. And BioShock's a pretty fun game.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first and, well, only winner of the Gladiator Games, this guy.
Ta-da!
You're now eligible for our championship series. Come back and fight again for big cash prizes.
And yes, indeed, the Maktar Arena, this is a great way for us to win some cash. And as you can see, enemies here are not exactly worth a ton of EXP, so we can use whatever we want, but I may just keep staying the course with the Blitz gun for a bit. The bolt returns are pretty good. The ammunition for the Blitz gun, I believe, is pretty cheap, like less than 10 bolts a shot, so you know, why not, really? If it's doing as much work as it is, you may as well give it a workout, right? Damn, here they come. You can also, if you're really good, and this is the thing I have done many times before, you can take advantage of the fact that enemies have friendly fire. And you can actually get your enemies to kill each other for you to thin out their ranks. This is actually something you pretty much need to do in some of the weapon challenges, because you will be limited on your ammunition. And that will help you out immensely. I don't know how much of this we're all going to do, but, you know, I don't see why we can't show off a little bit and at least raise up enough money for the chopper so that way we got a couple of weapons to raise. Alright, so here is our old buddy, Chainblade. There's a skill point in it for you if you can fight this dude with just the wrench. And we are going to try, even without the aid of Clank, and without the assistance of any extra armor or wrench damage upgrades, because there's a couple of those in this game too. Alright, we're not quite meaty enough right now to just take all this on the chin. We're going to have to actually dodge a few hits here to be able to damage race this dude properly. You'll also, I don't know how well you're noticing it, but you will notice that the double jump in this game feels a little bit more defined than it did in Ratchet and Clank 1. I mean, not super much, but it's still, you know, it feels a little better to use, and don't get under this dude's gut, that's for sure. Otherwise, he will block you because he is quite a big guy. Like, he's got at least twice your height on you. Oh. We landed right on the hilt of his sword like a goon. That's okay. We can get this sooner rather than later. If I just stop being bad. More circular motion. More vigorous circular motion, anyway. There's a challenge. Challenge. There. Well, I guess it is a challenge. I should not describe it as a skill point because it's not a skill point. There is a arena challenge where you have to fight this dude without taking any damage, if I recall correctly. Which, as you can tell, is significantly harder. However, at least in that one, we're not going to be questing for a skill point, so fighting him with guns is perfectly fine. So you've got at least that little advantage working for you. Might help if I approach him a little bit from the side. There we go. That's a little better. So that way we don't... Fuck. Damn it! Really? Oh, man. Most of my hits there were from getting stuck under his hunched over torso. Sheesh. Of all the ways to... Oh, yeah, you go ahead and do that, dude. I've never seen that animation before, I don't think. That's pretty great. Oh, something funny was happening there, because he was just rising up straight to the top. Got the guts, got the glory. I don't remember how the lyrics to Eye of the Tiger go. Incidentally, I do like that he only does 1 damage to us with those gigantic swords. Clearly it's by virtue of not being Ivy Valentine. Come here. Get on the ground, dude. Just, let's end this. Come on. This has been going on for too long. I done fucked this up too many times, mate. There you go. Look at that stretch and spring. And we got ourselves a skill point. Heck yeah.
We have a winner.
Alright, what else have we got going on here? Kill a bunch of enemies in 30 seconds. Yeah, I think we can do that. Let's get out the Heavy Lancer. That'll help speed things up significantly. Actually, I think the Gravity Bomb might be a better... Mini Nuke, pardon me. Either way. Get out of my way. I need things to respawn. Wow, the massive overthrow there. Jesus. I'm gonna lose because I keep... I lost because I kept overthrowing my shots, but honestly, also because of the damage I was taking. I kind of stopped... I stopped trying after I was noticing that I was just overthrowing every single group by, like, a country mile. Might be Blitzgun territory. Yeah, seeing groups like this pop out, definitely telling me that that's what I need to do. Get him, get him, get him! Oh, that was tight!
You have won the prize.
We almost ran out of time there. Alright, the B2 Brawler. Limited weapon challenge. He's only 300 heavy lancer shots. Do I really have to do this shit right now? Honestly, no, but I will show it off anyway.
From the planet Cerebellum comes a colossal creation. Stand back for the big and the brainy. Let's give it up for the B2 Brawler.
So the Brawler's skill point is defeating it without taking any damage. No, there isn't a arena challenge for that, I don't think, but it's definitely not easy, so, I mean, it's a real skill point, and we're not even going to try for it right now, because I am not feeling sufficiently armed to do that, never mind any other requirement of skill. I'd have to get a little bit back into this game in particular to be in a good place for that, and we got absolutely wrecked there, because I fucked the rhythm on that jumpy bit entirely, so let's try a little, well, a little less bad, we'll say that. Mini Nuke is doing good work, though. If I could actually remember to land all my shots. Fuck me. Oh, that spinning attack is just the worst. Wow, I jumped right into the bullet. Amazing. This thing keeps doing the coffee grinder. Get up, asshole! Come on! Use an actual move, you dick. It's like that one guy who finds the complete cheese move in any fighting game. And just won't do anything else. Ah, fuck me. Actually, the game just did, so never mind. What am I saying? And now to get screwed at the last second. Surprisingly enough, no. Okay, yeah, so that's a tough fight. We want bigger weapons for that, that's for fucking sure. But we stock our ammunition. What else do we got going on here? We've got 60 and 60, the Mega Challenge. I don't know offhand what the Mega Challenge is. I think that's just a very heavily packed set of, like, probably like 15 waves of dudes or something. Get. Sometimes the... What am I missing? There it is. Jeez. Can you believe how hard it is to find an enemy in this game sometimes? That seems really fucked up. Oh no, I did it again. I do swear a lot, it's true. It's a special skill honed by being around people who do it all the time, too.
And the prize goes to you.
Endurance challenge. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. We're gonna... Before we get too engrossed in this, we're gonna do the Lancer 15 rounds! Oh boy, yeah. I like my odds of completing this with just ammunition. Alright, come on. Boys, come on. Again, this is a great place to really take advantage of... Well, first of all, to take advantage of shit like that, and second of all, to really take advantage of the enemies using their friendly fire against each other. Because the fewer bullets you have to squeeze into these guys, the fewer times you gotta press the trigger, the better. Because 300 shots will disappear right before your very eyes. Just like... I don't know what like, but... You know, like something, that's for sure. Well, they don't want to cluster up enough, so I'm going to have to actually use some bullets here. Nice backswing, buddy. Oh, I wish that was literal right now. Get out of here. Flamethrowers. Oh, boy. The flamethrowers do not, ironically, have friendly fire. So... use this like a bespoke rifle. And I mean that in the sense of, like... rifle, like... not of the assault or burst variety. I mean, press the button... like you're hunting deer or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about hunting deer. Maybe they shoot back. That'd be fucked up. Alright, come on. Deal with the buzzsaw guys for us, Mace Man. Thank you. Alright. So now we're dealing with this. The Mace Windup, sorry. There we go. You know what? I probably should just clear out the firebugs here, like ASAP. Just cause getting them to get hit is not particularly easy either. Oh, did you just walk into that and break it? That's fantastic, dude. All right, come on. He's crushing it. Get... ouch. This is a bit of a test of endurance too, huh? Alright, now if we can get the blade balls to cluster, because... strangely enough, the Heavy Lancer does actually have a little bit of an explosive AoE to it. Alright. Break a leg and then beat somebody to death with it, right? I played a little bit of Mortal Kombat 4. Not a ton of it, but I definitely know that one. Of course, they also brought it back in MK9. And in my opinion, it wasn't quite as good because in MK9, it had a definite ending. And it wasn't just Quan Chi beating you into perpetuity. It was like your head exploded after a while, I think, from him just clobbering you with your own leg. Which is kind of funny in and of itself, just on a concept level, but, like... A lot of the comedy of the Quan Chi leg-beating fatality was just the fact that it went on forever. Because it was already pretty ludicrous to begin with, so just make it even sillier by making sure that it never ends. Right? Oh, is it not supposed to be like that? It's better when the way it's... Eh. You know what I'm saying. Oh, boy. Shit. Here they come. Get away from me. God. Only 100 bullets. I think we can do this. In fact, we might even be able to go, like, full auto for the next round. Probably not, actually. We're a little up against it here. Ah! Maceman! Shh. Here they come. Oh, the fire guys. Oh, boy. I wish I had... I should really be doing this with Clank. Or just with more health in general would probably be a better idea. Whatever. Oh, we got it. Oh, boy. That was monstrous. Kill all enemies with 8 mini-nuke shots? Well, you know what? I'm going to give it a whack. That one will probably not be as endurance-based as the other one. Yeah, 4 rounds as opposed to 15. Alright, so all we got to do is cluster up the clowns. Excuse me. Pardon me for belching a little bit. Oh, I goofed that pretty badly. Alright. Balls. Blue dudes. Mace guys. That's a good round. Yes. Love a nice one-shot round. And here we are, on to the last one, and we got 4 shots. Yeah, see, when they give you a weapon with only 8 bullets to begin with, they can't really give you anything too grody. Let's exit. Goodbye. I like the complete lack of any echo or anything on there. But that's some good work. Let's go in here. Alright, so the electrolyzer. We've got to get all of these little connectors to get an electric spark in them. If we crash into one of them, we have to restart. It's pretty simple. It's a little bit more involved than like the Trespasser or something like that from Ratchet and Clank 1. So these get genuinely hard in a way that's not just like, oh, well, let me you know, fall asleep here while I try to do every set of inputs. So that's kind of cool. I'm grateful that they made these a little more interactive. But I do miss the pure
This would make a
puzzling.
nice souvenir for Clank. Yeah! Hey!
You have no idea what you're involved in. Return to your own galaxy immediately. Or this will happen to you.
Oh.
Or this will happen to you. Farewell.
Oh,
I like how he just turns to the camera specifically to register his anger and then turns back to pick up the photo strips. Actually, I just love the fact that he turns to the camera in general. Like, what reason do you have to do that, buddy? Oh, this game. This game's pretty beautiful. Sometimes. Like, somebody knew that that's what they were doing. And I appreciate that. So there's a whole side branch over there that we can check out. I think we might even be able to complete it. But I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit. And we're going to go over to the new planet that we've just unlocked and go get Clank. Because honestly, that's just a massive quality of life improvement. So, you know, cut me a little slack there. Jesus. Oh, that loaded a lot faster than I thought it was, huh? I was checking my Discord messages here. And here we are on planet Endako. Endako? I don't know. Music sounds a little bit like the music that they had for Kirwan in the first game, but not quite, and only for a few notes, really. But that said, the music, I think, is a little better arranged in this game, and they're doing more stuff with the sound. And just overall, it has a little bit more identity to it. And is not quite as chill, which, you know, has its ups and downs. Oh. Nice. Good job there, buddy. You tried, and then you did not succeed. Oh, there's new guns already. Nice. And they're expensive as fuck. Good. I guess, to be fair, they did just give you the arena at Maktar Resort, and there's a lot of bolts to be gained there. We've got the Pulse Rifle. The Pulse Rifle is our sniper weapon for this game, and it's like an actual proper legit sniper rifle. I believe it has like a zoom function and everything, which is cool. And we've got the mini turret glove. And it lets you chuck out little turrets that just shoot at your enemies for you. Provide you covering fire. It's a very nice weapon to help you set up in any of the bigger scenarios, of which there are many. So to advance in this area, we've got to summon in these... We gotta basically cause messes. And summon the cleanup crew. Oh, hey, look, it's one of those things that walked into an exploding box earlier and died hilariously. Awesome. Thanks, game. I know you're looking out for me by sending me enemies that are actually kind of tough sometimes. The laser bots can get you pretty easily because they've got a lot more range than you'd think. And they move in a funny way. But they're not that hard all told, and on top of that, they're not exactly super durable compared to what you face later in the game. Yes, indeed, the game does scale up quite a bit as you go. And they do kind of, they really want you to be paying attention to your arsenal a little bit in this game. And keeping up with new guns and everything. Oh, hey, dude. That's the Thugs for Less leader. We've seen him before on a videotape that we haven't seen in character. But, yeah, in Ratchet & Clank 1, you could honestly... I think you could feasibly beat that game with just, like, the Bomb Glove and the Devastator and the weapons that you pick up for free in Eudora and a couple other places. Oh, hey, very easy Platinum Bolt for us. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And yeah, the game wouldn't be super hard on that level. I mean, it would be tough a little bit. You'd probably really want the Blaster too, or possibly the Rhino if you farm up that much cash. But it would be sufficiently doable. You really don't need all 15 guns in that game unless you're just a collector and or want to show them off on the interwebs. This game is definitely, in a lot of ways, sort of a descendant of the late 90s. Oh, I was expecting you to come from behind. I guess it did. This game is very much a descendant, pardon me, of late 90s, early 2000s, action shooter, FPS, like... Again, the term that I saw in a guide once was ego shooter, which I find genuinely a really great description in a lot of ways. But, stuff like Turok and Daikatana was kind of a sod for this too, that it had a lot of just guns for the sake of guns. I mean, that was hardly Daikatana's only issue, but it was definitely a thing that was there and was notable. That a lot of times it was just like the devs making a full list of stuff that they could do, and then going, yeah, let's do all of it. And Ratchet & Clank 1 in particular had a lot of that going on with the arsenal. The later games are a little bit less so, but more of that is by virtue of the fact that the stats improve as you go, so the game is kind of encouraging you to put everything to use in order to remain competitive. Like, you can see, the Blitz gun is doing good work, but it is not gaining experience for crap, so it's probably something we would want much later in the game, really. I bet the Chopper would probably be gaining experience a lot faster, but I haven't shown that off yet. Actually, we should have some little weaker gremlins coming in, so I can show this off. The Chopper is a Ninja Star launcher. And they bounce around between targets a little bit. The damage is not great, but for this part of the game, it's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, see, it takes 2 hits. No, it takes 3 hits, actually, to take those dudes out. So, yeah, not good, but it'll take down the little dudes nicely. It's fine. It's a weapon. It's usable.
Greetings, morons. Since my employees did such a lousy job of taking care of yous, I thought I'd come and handle things myself. If you want someone killed right, you gotta do it yourself.
Who are you? At least that's what Ratchet should be asking. Just waxed it. Alright, so be a little bit careful with your using your big bombs here, but we can rip this guy's health pretty nicely. Oh, watch out for the missiles. Oh, they do 3 a shot. Ooh. That's pretty hardy. I'd much rather have health right now than bullets, game, but okay. Get out of here. Die already. There we go. Jesus. Decent chunk of EXP. Not a ton. Now let's take this translocator and go to Clank's apartment. Now, we all know that Clank isn't here. So this thing, we can use the dynamo on this, and we get a little bit of, a sideways Space Invaders thing. I believe this is intended for 2 players, but mostly I just want to show this off briefly. I don't think there's any great reward for this, but it's cute. There's all kind of silly little Easter eggs and shit throughout this game. There's actually a location that you can access legitimately only if your PS2 clock is set to a late enough time, called the Insomniac Museum. Oh, I guess it's endless. And you can see a bunch of stuff from the game that was cut, and it's pretty cool. I'll see if I can show that off in a future stream. But also we can break Clank's weird light and get 1,000 volts, so that's nice.
Hey, my old swing shot and grind boots.
Hell yeah! We got our swing shot and we got our grind boots. All the essential things we need. Our swinging swing shot targets look different, and in this game, we've got an interesting setup here. We can grapple onto these targets and pull objects. So, neat little added bit of functionality. I appreciate it. I approve. However, you will notice that there was an area there that we did not get through because we didn't have the swing shot at the time. Also, we still can't quite afford the pulse rifle. Damn. Oh well, we'll get there. By the end of this level, we should probably be able to afford the... well, either of those guns, really, but only one. Which means I'll probably be picking up the mini turrets, because the mini turrets are really good. The pulse rifle is much more situational. You probably guessed, but as this game is a lot more action-y than the previous game, and indeed the games just get denser with the enemies and more intense with the fighting, sniper weapons tend to become less and less useful. That said, the pulse rifle does pretty great damage when you land a hit, so it's hard to hate it. But let's get ourselves on this grind rail and let us go, 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 go. I'd say don't be silly, but that would be a little bit, well, rude wouldn't really be the right way to... Aw, wow. We gotta start our jump from a little further back to even be able to get over that. I don't think there's a game in the series where you fight living trees, although, saying that, I haven't played any games in this series that are any newer than Crack in Time on the PS3. And I didn't get to play Quest for Booty, which, like I said before, I think that was only available digitally. There might be some sort of hard copy version of it out there now, but I don't know of it in that case. So I'm a little bit outdated when it comes to knowledge of the Ratchet and Clank series. So maybe there are killer trees in one of them. Oh, hit the deck, Ratchet. Don't get run over.
The weapon you want modified. Put it in the slot.
Oh, I get it. You make weapon modifications.
Yep, I can take your puny little weapon, and with a few, tweaks, I can turn it into a powerful piece of equipment. Look, you want me to hook you up or what? I can't hang around here all day.
Well, I mean, listen, you gotta have trees to have a forest. Okay, so we've got a mod salesman here, and this is where our platinum bolts will go. We've got 3 types of mods between weapon types here. We've got shock, which causes enemies to unleash some chain lightning when you hit them. and that improves your AoE effect, which is nice. Improves impact upon striking an enemy. That enemy will become electrified and continue to shock his fellow enemies for a short time. Yeah. Chain lightning effect. Weapon mod covers your enemies in boiling acid, doing damage to them over time. So it adds dot effect and a lock-on mod, finally. Allows all your weapons to lock on to enemies by pressing and holding both L2 and R2. And this also causes Ratchet to strafe around enemies, because of course he's in strafe mode while he's doing that. So we're going to pass on these for the moment, but we will come back for these, and there are enough, I almost said gold bolts, I almost said silver bolts too. There's enough platinum bolts, rather, to go around in order to upgrade all of your guns in every way that is available. So don't worry, we won't have to do any sort of, like, weighing our options kind of bullshit. This isn't that kind of game. It's at least not rude about that. But, I'm not super attached to any of the available options for any of my current guns right now. Maybe later. Like, what do I need a lock-on for the chopper for example? At this juncture, I don't really even feel like I need acid for the mini nuke, because its damage is already so good. Like, if I got a shock upgrade for the Blitz gun, for example, that would be great, because, you know, just being able to expand that cone a little bit wider would definitely improve my life quite a bit. We're coming up to a fun part of the level here. At least in concept. We got some fun stuff we can do here with the crane controls, which are currently offline. However, easy fix, easy fix. Alright. Activate the crane. So in this area, we need to move around these big boxes in order to do stuff, but also we get a skill point for killing a large number of enemies using the crane. And in this case, that is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to try to crush all of these little dudes using the big crate. And later on, we will actually be able to pick up the sanitation laser bots and use them to kill things using the crane, which is just awesome. Just a great little bit of design foresight. I love it in games where you get stuff like this. Like, I generally think, and this is no disrespect to anyone in any part of the world, so please don't take it that way. It may sound a little bad, but I generally think that this is a thing that a lot of Western developers do super well, where they employ a lot of foresight of, like, hey, you know this really strange thing that we really couldn't see anybody do most of the time? Let's do something with it. Again, Secret of Evermore, gee, I really should just saddle up and play that game at some point. Maybe even if just on my own time. Secret of Evermore has a lot of stuff like that, where there's definitely a lot of situations where you just would not be in a position where you could do certain things, but they programmed in dialogue for some of them anyway, or responses, or just general effects, I guess, for lack of a term that covers everything else. Although that said, they did also forget to program in dialogue in a certain situation that can cause the game to crash if you speak to a certain character in the second time period using your dog. They just forgot to do anything, and the game will just hang forever. So, you know, let's not call them perfect or anything. As much as some of the other games that Square released around that era were, you know, the Japanese arm of Square, rather, because Secret of Evermore was the American Squaresoft's only game. As much as some of those could be a little bit buggy, I don't think any of them were that type of buggy. So let's give them a little bit of credit to that they, you know. They at least knew to not make things that break so much. I also think we can't just recycle those enemies for more kills here, so... And we'll find out when we get to a later crane section, I guess. Anywho, we got another rivet gunner here. That is what it has, I think, are rivet guns. We're actually running shockingly low on blitz gun ammunition. Oh, was that it? Was that a pizza car? Oh man, I've never really paid a whole lot of attention to these flying cars before, but that was just a pizza with an engine, wasn't it? That's amazing. Yeah, it is. It's just a pizza with a slice sticking out of it and just an engine. That's great. That's some art asset design. That's real good, actually. Shit, I love this game more and more every time I just look away. Oh, dang it. I miscalculated the timing on that. You will notice that oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Oops. The timing on these, the orbs start moving faster as you go further in the puzzle. And the timings get a little bit tighter. Alright, so to deal with this area, we need to find a big explosive crate, but first, it's laser time, everybody. Yeah, there's our bomb. We can just... Let's do this for a bit. That was completely unnecessary. You're correct to say that, but... Also, it was fun, so... Yeah, these guys don't really feel very cooperative. They seem to be aware of our presence. Hey, we got a skill point. Alright. We're done there. We're Cave Johnson, we're done. And there we go. We blow off the blast door. And I think that's all we have to do in here with that crane. Oh, there's a thing we can do there. I think we need Clank to get up that little gap, though, so we'll come back for it in a bit. Oh. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. I think you all knew that already, but maybe not necessarily for that reason. Right, pick up the crates. I don't know if I dropped that in the right place. Try that again. Unfortunately, I can't really get a good look at the, good camera angle to look at that from inside the crane controls. Something I bet Fraser is really upset, or I don't know. I don't know where that joke is going. Don't. Oh. Okay, so we're going to have to stack the crates. And by the way, the thing I was saying earlier is definitely not a universal. There's absolutely a lot of devs in the video game industry, no matter where in the world one resides, that kind of suck at the whole foresight thing and accounting for whatever people would want to do. Alright, so that should open the gate. And we should be able to get whatever's in there, which is probably a platinum bolt or maybe a handful of money. Yeah, our placement is still terrible, and it is indeed a platinum bolt. All right. Well, now that we have a great apprehension as to what those are for, I think you all will be able to understand me just going out of my way for them a little bit. Because goodness knows we will probably want those sooner rather than later. Oh, also over here, we've got a pad for another thing that we don't have yet. It looks kind of like the electrolyzer, but not quite. Also looks kind of like the trespasser. I believe it's called the infiltrator in this game, and it is yet another puzzle thing of that sort. Alright. And I think this is the end of the sanitation wing, or maybe there's more. Oh no, we got some big dudes here. Oh, we always gotta do a little bit of extra cleanup work, right? It is the sanitation department, etc. Get out of here. Ah, damn it! Took 2 damage from the exploding crate. Damn it. Come on. That's just unnecessary, game. And speaking of unnecessary, no unnecessary ammunition crates in this section of the area, I guess. Go back and buy up some more bullets gun munitions. Did we get everybody? Yeah, we got all of them. All right. Now back up we go, and we got some laser bots here. They got to update these, the ones that don't just point at the floor. Make it much harder to jump over their things. Did I ever tell you how bad I am at the jump rope minigame in Mario Party? Hot rope jump. Hot rope jump? Hot jump rope? I think it was hot rope jump, not hot jump rope. But regardless, I was always terrible at that one. Like, it's a fairly simple timing exercise in theory. You know, even aside from the endurance, which, you know, that can have its own effects in any direction. But I just was really bad at getting the timing in general. I did not know shit about that. Someone was good at it? I'm pretty sure someone was good at it. It has to... It feels like it has to have happened at one point in history that someone was vaguely capable at hot rope jump. Especially because, like, they keep bringing it back. Somebody has to have some sort of hidden talent for it. And it's not like the ones that are so dirt simple that why would you not have them? Like the The Russian roulette one with Bowser's big exploding head that I can't remember the name of offhand. Maybe it should have just been called Bowser's Big Exploding Head. Aw, damn it. Oh, I just landed right on a... You ever just land right on top of a bullet? Answer, probably at least once in a video game. Hopefully not in real life. That would be really weird. Still more of those? There's still more of those. Oh boy, are there still more of those. Yeah. Right. Back out we go. Oh, also, if I hadn't mentioned it before, double tapping triangle cycles between your last 2 used weapons in all of these games, as far as I know. So, yeah, that's why there will sometimes be a lot of little bits of, like, a few frames of the quick select menu, but only that. Not enough for someone to realistically select a weapon from it. Bowser's Big Blast. Yeah, that's it. See, I got like 2 of the words right. By pure happenstance. Fuck you, dude. Can't believe he didn't even have the decency to properly shove me. I just fell off him. Wow. It's my own fault, but fuck that dude. Yeah, see, it's a bit of an odd one, but definitely y'all remember the minigame. I was watching a dude who was streaming Mario Party last night, and I walked in on the middle of... Last night? No, it was earlier that... It was like Saturday or something. Might even have been Friday for all I can remember. And he and his crew were in the middle of a game of Bowser's Big Blast, and I swear they were on the 2-person round for like at least a couple minutes. They were having just the RNG of all time there. Of nobody getting immediately ousted. From that. Just, wow. It was a sight to behold, that's for sure. Shit, no, don't do that, I guess. Okay, so that dude is just absolutely a blocker until you kill him. Alright. Duly noted. That's what I get for trying to rush things. Because we've been in this area so many times and we've died in just the most embarrassing ways every time. Hey, that could have happened a few seconds later, but alright. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, did we get that dude already? Wow. Nice job, us. Well, saying that, it is probably going to get worse before it gets better, but I digress. Get... There we go. That's better. Shotgun time. Land a hit would probably be a better idea. Alright, we're here with much better HP, so we can fight these buddies a little bit better. Get them out of here. Alright, where's our laser drone? Not here, surprisingly. But the Broom Boys are still in town. Get out the Blitz gun again, and trying to step in the hot coils on the floor, otherwise they'll damage us. Oh, hey, we got enough money for the turret gun, by the way.
Clank? Okay, Clank, don't move. I'm coming down. Whoa! Ugh, son of a quark. All right, buddy, let's get you up and running again.
Well, thankfully, our nemesis here left us an electrolyzer port to deal with. Don't toggle right away, I guess. Take the freebie. And go. Hey.
Final digit of pi is...
Clank? Clank, can you hear me?
Ratchet? Where are we? I must have dozed off.
Don't sweat it. Let's just find a way out of here.
I believe that air duct may offer our only way out.
Oh, I feel like Ratchet can jump slot between those walls. But we've got Clank in tow, and working with Clank is pretty similar to how it was in the original game. But you do get some more options on your side. This area is a bit of a playground for you to learn most of the basics. And we'll see some of our new options in just a moment, I'm sure. First of all, we punch out the broom bots. And we've got some more gadget bots. I believe in this game they're called Megabots because, of course, they're manufactured by Megacorp, which is the replacement for Gadgetron. It seems a little bit strange, by the way. I do want to say this, because I would be remiss not to mention it, as I'm sure that some people look at me as being like one of those people who talks way too much about video games and politics and meaning and stuff like that, but it is very strange, and I've always found it to be a little bit strange that for some reason, like, Megacorp and Gadgetron on a very basic level of being these big mega corporations are just so similar to each other. And yet Megacorp ends up being bad. Oh, oops, spoiler alert. And even then, that's a bit of a stretch in some regard. A lot of it comes down to the fact that the boss is actually Captain Quark, who's trying to get revenge on Ratchet. Oh, oops, double spoilers. And meanwhile, Gadgetron is 100%, portrayed as good, even for whatever bad the whole mega corporation thing is, which isn't really delved into. And yeah, this series is a little bit, they were not really thinking too much in that regard. We'll say that. In any direction. Anywho, fuck that shit. Let's take a look. We've got some stuff here. First of all, we can get these dudes to give us a salute. Well, not these dudes, because they have nothing to salute with. We got our standard commands of wait, follow, enter, and attack. I believe the other commands are... Well, we can just let those dudes keep going. That's great. And amazingly, they didn't all rush to their deaths, just mostly. So if I recall correctly, these commands, this is a lifting command for a lifter bot that we'll see in a later level. This is a hammer command for a hammer bot that we'll see later, and this is a bridge extending command for a bridge bot that we get in this level. Which, the bridge bot is right here. The bridge bot is incredibly silly looking. Can we get the... Yeah, there we go, the idle animation. Where it just stretches out its torso and looks down and is like, yeah. That exists. Huh. Wow, I'm part bridge. That's fucked up, isn't it, Clank? Get him. Attaboy. Alright, follow. We can retract bridge and have our bridge bot come back. See, the bridge bot will throw us a salute. And here's our lifter bot. I guess we're getting that in this level too. And it does the generic sort of idle animation. Salute. Yep. There they go. Alright, boys. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Lift that heavy thing. With the power of orange. Yeah. Alright. Unfortunately, the specialty bots can't fight. Just your little generic gadget bots. Which gets really strange, again, when one of them has a fucking hammer. But, you know, it is what it is. Maybe it's too big and awkward to properly swing in a combat sense. Or maybe it just, you know, doesn't have the proper understanding of what qualifies as a nail or not. You know, for a human, when all you've got is a hammer, everything looks like your thumb. But maybe a robot, it, you know, can tell a little bit better the difference there. But regardless, let us not delve too deep into the lore, because sometimes I'm not sure that this series knows what to do with that either. Let's retract our bridge. And everybody come on down. We can show the gang to Ratchet before we sell them for scrap metal, I guess.
Way to go, Clank.
Nothing to it.
You did great. Now, let's go get that experiment back.
Alright, and we've got Clank back on our side. Yes, indeed. First of all, let's double check that we could actually... You know, could we actually... No, the walls can't be gripped onto. Anyway, Clank has the helipack to start with. Which might be a little strange. You might be thinking, well, hey, where's the thruster pack from the last game? Well, here it is. Right where you left it, silly. Unfortunately, and you'll just have to take my word that I'm actually holding down the R1 button here the whole time and don't release it at any point. We don't have the double dash that we had from the previous game. And here, I'm going to bring this into the mic. We also don't have the butt stomp from the previous game, which maybe I should do that a little better with the other ones, but eh. So basically, the thruster pack is just sort of a skin for the heli pack now. I think they do technically have different, like, jump arcs and stuff. Like, it would make sense that the thruster pack would shoot you straighter and the heli pack would be more curved. Just because of how the animations look. But I don't know if that's 100% accurate. Either way, yes, we do still have a double jump. I just fucked it up there. Oh, don't get blowed up. Get a little bit of resupply going, because, hey, any amount of bolts we don't have to spend is always fun. And the translocator brings us right back to the entrance. Let us pick ourselves up a mini turret glove. Hell yeah. We'll need a place with some enemies in it to really test the thing out, but we'll do that later. For now, we're going back to the Maktar Nebula. No, we don't have to do a stop off at the Wupash Nebula ever again. Not in this playthrough anyway, we'll say that. I mean, it's all made of, like, plastic and stuff. Imagine the chafing. At least it looks plasticky. I don't know. Maybe it's... Plastic seems like a strange way to describe it, but whatever. Anyway. Yeah, you can see that the mini turret just gunned that thing down real good there. These things do some pretty serious work. We got a group of enemies here, so you can see how target acquisition works, and they got a nice fast old machine gun on them. When you upgrade the mini turret gun, it instead starts firing a machine gun, which, you know, I'm spoiling that a little bit, but we'll deal with that in a bit. It replaces the machine gun with rockets, which can be deceptive. It can seem like it's a DPS loss, but it's not actually that big of a deal. And yeah, we have to solve some basic tractor beam puzzles in this area. Which, you know, basic puzzle solving. Oh no, my nemesis. Oh. I'm throwing EXP points on the ground. Did I just say EXP points? I bet that'll upset somebody. But I believe it's not technically incorrect. Here comes our inspector bot from before. Alright, I think we got all the chickens. Alright, tractor beam. Grab this duder. Come here! Get. Yeah, the AI on the inspector bot is pretty stupid. So, yeah, here we've got kind of this slingshot setup. We just load up the ammunition and away we go. In this case, ammunition being an inspector bot. A couple of stars from the chopper. This should be a decent way to level him up, I think. Although the chopper seems like it needs a lot of experience to upgrade. This side room over here, I think, has something important other than just... Oh, no, this is actually necessary for progression. I thought there was something here that was just a thing to pick up. I mean, there's a bunch of crates in here, so we get some free money. But that's not even what I was thinking of. Alright. Tractor beam this bomb over. Yeah, see, this thing is behind a barrier of some description. Also, look at all that stuff underneath the floor. If you think I'm going for that, that'd be a lot of work. That's for fucking sure. Stunt Collector. Is that a real thing in the Lego video games? I mean, I know that there's quite a few of those, so I could 100% see it. It feels like it would go in line with, oh man, just saying that really makes me miss Lego stuff in general. I have a huge collection of Lego pieces and bits in my basement somewhere in a big old bin, and I haven't found it yet. I gotta dig that out, because I've been seeing a bunch of Lego stuff on YouTube lately, and it's like, oh man, I missed building with that shit when I was a kid. Actually, there's a couple Lego sets that I know I want to pick up too. I should see if that Ghost Train one is still available. That looked... One second though, hang on, I gotta stand up for a second here. Excuse my standing up. Oh man, the only Lego video game I ever played was Lego Island, all the way back in, what was it, 1997. I never beat it either, because I got to the part where you freed the Brickster and he started disassembling shit, and it actually kind of freaked me out a little bit. And I'm not 100% sure why, other than the fact that maybe it was just really weird. Alright, so in this bit... no, I've never played any of the Lego Star Wars games. I know there's quite a few of them, but I just never got around to those. I don't know, I've got mixed feelings about Star Wars stuff in general. At some point, I'll give them a shot, probably. Again, that still sits in the If I Remember list, which is... The If I Remember list includes quite a few things to do in games that I have played a lot and know that I like. For example, I was saying something last time about really needing to grind out more in PSO2, and I still haven't really done that. Although, actually, prices went down on a bunch of those augments, so I was able to just buy a bunch of them. So that did ease some things a little bit in that game, I guess. Oh, that's good. I mean, again, the Lego folks seem like they have a very... Like, they're very good-natured and have a lot of sense of humor about things. And to be fair, the company has been through quite a bit, so yeah. I'm saying a lot of that based on the fact... I saw the Lego Batman movie back when it was in theaters. Because... we were with one of my mom's friends' kids, so it wasn't like I was suddenly like, oh, Lego Batman! I probably would have chosen to see the regular Lego movies first. Because I'm not a big Batman person either, so eh. Anywho, we get to get on yet another space limo to go sabotage the Thugs for Less jamming array. A radar! It's been jammed! Ah, Spaceballs. What a movie. Oh. Don't get bit by those dudes. You'll feel real stupid. Now, we all know that shotgun is a good way to deal with anything, so... let us. This is our introduction to the bolt crank mechanics in this game. And they're not too much longer than they were in Ratchet and Clank 1. Which, remember, I was saying before that was kind of a pain in the ass in later games. Here, it's pretty okay. These jump pads can be activated by pressing X on them. And they make you vault. And you can see the the Thugs for Less are employing Megacorp's quote-unquote finest here to assist them in their affairs. Do they know that they... Do you think they know that these dudes are just cannon fodder in an arena on this very nebula? That was a weird way to pronounce nebula. This very nebula. There we go. That's even a weirder way to pronounce nebula. I think there's a platinum bolt on this particular ball of stuff, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, if you hit R3 here, instead of getting the normal map, you can do a nice little 360 view of your planet here. Your planetoid, rather. Your sphere. And that told me absolutely nothing, because I didn't look for it. It's Mad Space from Sonic Adventure 2. No, it's nowhere near as disorienting as that. You don't get the... At the very least, you definitely don't get the weird flip in the middle of the planet. And, of course, you also don't have hint screens lying to you, so, I mean... I hate it noticeably less just by default of that. Well, Meteor Herd also had you just under attack all the time, so I guess it's the difference of, do you find it more challenging to be put through a physical challenge or a mental challenge? Although that said, Mad Space did still have some areas of really shitty controls. Like, again, the sphere planet, and you get right near the middle. I think it was right near the middle, but either way, there was definitely a spot on that planet where everything just goes all to hell. Oh yeah, there you go. I say that like I remember where anything is on Mad Space anyway, so that's like its own bit of business there. Throw out a mini turret. Try cleaning up some of the riffraff using these. I believe you can have 2 active mini turrets at a time, and then the game is just like, whoa, you need to slow down there, dude. And I go, I mean, what am I supposed to say about that? Yeah, Security Hall definitely takes many tries to really get used to, because the time limit is just, ugh. Security Hall is a level that is designed very much in the old school sensibility of, like, play this level and fail at it until you internalize everything about it. Like an arcade game sort of style. Yeah, so at least you've got that going for you, where the time limit does simplify one thing. And okay, so our last transponder is in the middle of the red shit. Okay. Oh, don't fall in there. I don't think it's a death pit, but it still would kind of hurt.
work, my boy. You are proving to be invaluable in this underwear. Anywho,
Underwear.
It appears the thief is now under the protection of thugs for less. But I may have found a way for you to insinuate their operation.
Is it dangerous?
No. Actually, yes, it is.
Good.
Take a look at this.
A lot of space in here.
The wind in your hair, the sun on your skin, the bugs in your teeth. We are the Desert Riders.
Before I became a desert rider, I didn't fit in anywheres. I had low self-esteem, bad breath, and a thing for ladies' undergarments. But these guys understand me. They really do.
Yeah, I'm just here for the bake sales. Oh yeah, I also make these cute gloves for all the guys.
So if you
Sir, all of those guys have only 2 fingers.
to enter the most grueling hoverbike race in the galaxy, win it and become one of us. Desert
4-finger
Riders,
gloves aren't gonna
the
work.
American leisure choice of thugs for less.
Desert Riders all use Megacorp bikes, so I just had to pull a few strings. Contract me as soon as you get more indignation. Fizzwidget out.
Well, cool. We get to ride a hover bike. It's a little bit rough and janky, but it is definitely nowhere near as much as the hoverboards. Oh, ye gods, is it not as much as the hoverboards? But I think we've got enough time that we can go and show off. If not complete the hover bike race there, we can definitely do all the other shit on that planet. And I can still end comfortably in the 9 o'clock range. It is right now about 8:30 for those of you who are mystified by time zones and daylight savings time. Which, to be fair, I don't get it either. Hopefully that's ending soon. My family certainly was saying that apparently they passed a law that it's never going to come back. But I don't know if that's actually true. And of course, I can only imagine that all the states' rights bozos will look at that and be like, oh, well, this is a big government overreach that daylight in savings time, a thing nobody likes. Well, anyway, me picking at people that will, start fights with me at the slightest provocation aside, and throw transphobic slurs and everything if they knew that I was upfront about not identifying as male on the internet. Then again, I say that, and I have that information down below the stream, and I still get people regularly who are like, and it's like, you idiot. You dumb fucker. I know that I sound a certain way, but come on. We're past that. It's 2022. That's not how things work no more. Jackasses. Anyway. That's enough of that. On to planet Barrymore Barlow. And we got 2 branches we can explore yet again. Instead of going that way, we're going to go around the back toward the direction of the swing shot assault course over here. Plus, it'll let us gather some money. Who doesn't like money? Okay, right, that's an elevator that comes down for the end of that section. I was thinking, what about the one over there? That didn't make a whole lot of sense. But no, I'm a fool. Alright, so this is not the area where there's a hidden platinum bolt, but we got a couple of these duders here that are going to be worth some EXP for our chopper. I think the experience is a little better here, but I don't know for sure. That's Dynamo, not swing shot. Oops. I was thinking what my thing looked like in Ratchet and Clank 1. But also, by the way, Our helmet provides us with oxygen. Either that, or maybe Ratchet can just breathe underwater now. Oh no, I think he's got a different helmet. Let's surface for a second. Yeah, he pops out a gas mask when he goes underwater. Nice. I didn't really notice that before. But also we've got the Hydro Pack from the previous game, and it just auto-equips as before. And that is some life-improving QOL technology for us indeed. I believe in this area there is a hidden platinum bolt, which is what I'm looking around to see if... I think it's the area with the 2 rotating things that a platform shows up for you to deal with for that. And here they just really want to make sure you know how to hold the controller when it comes to swimming. Swimming in this game is a lot smoother than it was in RNC1, by the way. Here's our continue point so we can explore this area for that mythical platinum bolt. These swing shot targets are aligned very badly. Okay, so this is not going to be the place, is it? That's alright, we can do another loop. I suppose if we were crazy, we could try going backwards around the rotation of this thing. But I have a feeling that that would not work super well. You know, call me some kind of fool. Because you'd be right to, but... Wow, there's a lot of these. Get some health back. I do our high jump, and that's not the way to do it. Well. Okay. Can we get like a straighter shot down this way here than last time? Is the way this fucks up is kind of... Well, let me tell you, I don't feel good about it. That's for sure. Yeah, see, we're not going to go fast enough to be able to get back around. So just don't do that. You know, don't do what Donnie Don't does, right? Fuck. Actually, can we land a shot from here with that? That'd be cool. Ah! Help. Oh, they're all gone. Alright. Can we get anything on this? Here's our rotation. Well, I mean, hidden areas are not going to be shown on the map right? So, I may have been mistaken about where it is, but I know that there's a hidden platinum bolt in an area that is related to those rotating things. So, it may be further back, actually. Well, we'll find out sooner rather than later. Or perhaps we won't. I mean, that's also an option. Anything from here? This might be a place where the pulse rifle would help us out for its scope. But too late now. There's a dude trapped in the ice. Should consider helping him out.
It works! My invention works! Huh? It's called the Therminator. It fires charged thermal pellets that can thaw an ice block or freeze a body of water. Gadgetron will pay me millions.
Hey, I don't know how long you've been frozen, but I don't think Gadgetron's operated in this galaxy for years. Everyone buys Megacorp products these days.
Hey, maybe you'd like to buy it.
Well, let's pay him 1,000 bolts. We're gonna need this thing eventually.
Hey, maybe Megacorp is hiring.
And yeah, the elevator has become inaccessible now that we have the Terminator. We have to actually put it to use to be able to get the hell out of here. Freeze this chunk of... thaw this chunk of ice, rather. But we are going to refreeze it in just a second here. After we collect these bolts. Can't leave without our money. And we get a silly cartoon sound effect for freezing the ice. Always my favorite part of any reward. Alright, so I'm going to take it upon myself here to get a better look at this particular area and see... Because, as you can see over there... So, hidden areas are obviously not marked on our map until we access them. Now, I'm playing on a console, so I can't point at this, but you can see the thing that looks like one of the rotators. Fairly shut up. You can see one of the rotators there in its framework because it's just such a unique shape of land. And so the map will show you all the blocking terrain, but it won't necessarily show you what you can walk on. So, I mean, it does sort of show you the hidden path in this case when it's a specific object that is shaped in a weird way. Alright, so get over here. Okay. Claw shot. I haven't finished. I need to go back and play through Twilight Princess again. Alright. So I think we can sort of worm our way around. Yeah, see, do you see it over there? There it is. That's got to be our place to go, right? Yeah, and look at those targets. Oh man, this is a lot more out of the way and kind of irritating than I thought it would be. Alright, turn the camera. There we go. Yeah, you gotta remember to turn the camera so that way it'll actually determine your, Alright, land on the platform. No, it doesn't draw the hidden area on there. Wow. So I guess we just gotta take the game's word for it that we're in a real place. Neat. Alright. And time to chop them up. Chop them up style. Oh, this seems pretty expansive, actually. Wow. Or is it just a big loop? It does appear kind of circular. And there is our platinum bolt. Oh, I knew there was one somewhere. Yeah. Oh, and there's still one more. Yeah. All right. So now we should just be able to just vault our way off of here, and we don't have to go through all that bullshit again. And we are back. Let us... Oh yeah, check it out. It's a whole old Gadgetron logo. This really was their HQ back in this galaxy, huh? Oh, the set design on this is all nice. Ooh, the Seeker Gun. This is available this soon? 5,000 bolts. It's pretty damn cheap. And, I mean, it's got this funny claw appearance. You might think, oh, yeah, that's a melee weapon. No, 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 no. It fires these homing missiles, and they do stuff like that. They make some funny noises. The Seeker Gun is something we're going to probably save for some heavier duty enemies. Like, these guys would probably be a good choice to fight with it once we max out the Blitz Gun. But the Seeker Gun being 5,000 bolts is pretty great. That is a steal at that price, because that thing actually has real damage to it. Like, the chopper is kind of weak. It'll get better when it upgrades, mostly by virtue of spamming hits. But I've been using it on the junk enemies for a good reason, because you've seen me try to use it on big dudes, and it's kind of underpowered. Meanwhile, the Seeker Gun does some real damage. Like, it's a missile, and the game knows it. It's not quite to the extent of the game's equivalent of the Devastator, and nor is it going to be on the level of the Pulse Rifle, or certainly not the Mini Nuke or anything like that, but it does work. In fact, it might take down the Mount Lizards in fewer than 4 hits. Which would genuinely be a huge upgrade, because you can see here the Blitz Gun is a little bit running up against its limits here. In terms of... Wow, alright, dickhead. You want me to be salty, I guess. It's fucking working. Yeah, see, 2 hits to take out Big Joe there. I don't know why I called him Big Joe, but there you go. 2 hits a pop. It's a pretty solid weapon for 5,000 bolts is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that was a bit of an error. Oh, and that dude's got a laser gun. We're gonna see more enemies in the future that are like that rider with the laser gun, but much nastier and from much further downtown. And they will be some of the grossest shit we ever run into in this game, honestly. Alright, so we're at a safe distance here from these 6 duders. Let's grab some experience for the chopper while we're here, why not? At least up until they decide to go into cover. Oh, that's irritating. They're Sonic fans. They can take a lot of abuse. There we go. That's what both of us meant to say, right? Actually, I've heard that Sonic Frontiers is pretty good. I haven't played it yet, unsurprisingly, but I've heard that it's a quite good game, which is great because, well, the Sonic franchise has been a little bit scattershot, and it's either been questionable games, short games, or Sonic Mania. And I use the phrase questionable in the gentlest possible way to mean dog shit. Because honestly, Sonic Forces is incredibly short, and that's the main thing about it. Apparently people think it's quite bad, or at least that's been the most recent opinion of the masses, which is weird because I thought people liked it outside of its shortness, and now all of a sudden everybody's like, well, the game is bad. Oh, I thought you could charge up the blitz cannon. I was wrong. I must have been thinking of a different weapon. Anyway, we're getting out our seeker gun. We're picking up some ammunitions. So that's right. I'm thinking of the laser shotgun in the later game. I don't remember what it's called. But it's the one in Up Your Arsenal. You can charge up the upgraded version and shoot a big beam of pain. And it's a pretty good way to clear a room. Meanwhile, a good way to clear a room is for these dudes to be completely unaggressive and to just let me fist 15 missiles into their face collectively. Well, you know what? It's something to do on a Friday night, isn't it? Unfortunately, it's Monday, so it didn't go so well for them.
Excuse me. I think I just blew another vacuum tube.
Should I have a look?
My word! You young people are so fresh these days.
Oh, I get it. It's a butt joke.
Oh, don't feel bad. I guess I'm just old-fashioned about that sort of thing. Did you know that I've been with Gadgetron since the beginning?
So you sell these gadgets?
Darling, they sell themselves.
If you have a memory card containing Ratchet & Clank 1 saved data, please insert it into memory card slot 1 or memory card slot 2 at any point while visiting the Gadgetron vendor. Any of the weapons you had earned on your Ratchet & Clank 1 save that are offered at this vendor will be free. Yes, indeed, we can get some free guns, baby. Unfortunately, they're not super powerful. Just the durability and the strength of everything in this game has been massively stepped up. So in this game, stuff like this is not so good. Like the bomb glove was already kind of mid damage anyway. The Visibomb, I think, still has some utility as like just sort of like a gadget weapon, basically. The decoy glove, well, the decoy glove works about as well as it used to. The Tesla claw is not so great, but I mean, it does a little bit of work. Yeah, we're getting them all because they're free. The Rhino 2. Home in on every opponent with dozens of destructive missiles. So the Rhino 2, obviously, is not the Rhino 1. And you can see that it costs 1,000,000 bolts. It's a different weapon. It's basically a machine gun that fires missiles. It's a very simplistic weapon in this game, but oh boy, does it bring the pain. And when we're able to get that, which we're not going to grind for it because we'll get cash eventually, it's pretty solid. And the Walloper, which of course is not going to be our melee weapon of choice, that's for sure. But we do get to pad out our inventory a little bit. And we get to see and hear that classic animation and sound one more time. As we pull out our cool gun. And oh, look at this crowd that is waiting for us. Why don't we try using something that can clear out more than one per shot? Yeah, let's use the chopper to clean these up. Get a little bit more EXP here. Pick up the bolts to make sure they don't fade away because we're about to teleport to a new map of sorts. Jump across here.
Hey, who let you in here? Get lost before I flatten your robot into a hubcap.
Touch him, and it's Plasma City!
Oh gosh, you didn't have to yell. Why did he have to yell?
Oh, he's big softy.
Hey, man.
I can't hear you. La 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 la. Only the little guy.
Sir, it is okay. We are your fellow desert riders.
You're? So you understand my sensitivities?
Absolutely, sir. We just came here to race.
Well, you can borrow my Bluebell, so long as you're gentle. She just needs a few repairs.
Hang in there, my brother. Bluebell is in good hands.
And yeah, another quick electrolyzer puzzle, and we will be able to check out the hoverbike racing. All right. Get in, Clank. We're going. All right, yeah. Hold the X button to accelerate. R1 to activate a turbo pickup, and L1 to activate a weapon, but I don't think we get any of those here. So this is going to be a little bit rough, because, as you probably are aware, there's a tiny amount of sound lag on my capture unit. Like 1 second to 1.5 at most is the game's sound behind what it actually should be. So that's going to fuck me up here when it comes to timing the countdown for the beginning of the race to get a boost, because they've got that going for it, just like any good kart racer. The hoverbike racing, genuinely compared to the hoverboard racing of the previous game, is really, really good. Although, yes, sometimes you do not have the kind of handling that you want in order to make tough curves like that. Some of these get a little bit brutal, but we'll see that when we get further into the hoverbike races. I do freely admit that my earlier estimate of, well, there might not be enough time to do this, is based more on the hoverboarding from Ratchet and Clank 1, which we were all there for that catastrophe when I was doing that on Rilgar with no boost. Oh, ye gods. What kind of a sick fucker makes you do that? Oh, right. Insomniac, circa 2002. The evilest human beings you've ever met. Except for all the other ones. Now that said, you also notice that we are massively behind because we crashed. And I generally find that the hoverbike races are outside of a few towards the middle of each course set, actually. Each hoverbike race, there are 5 versions of each course with different pickups and stuff available. Actually, it's towards the middle that they tend to get the least demanding. And yet, the earliest ones tend to be some of the harshest on you in terms of requiring you to be perfect. Not unlike the hoverboard courses in the previous game, it is very easy to fuck yourself horribly by just crashing into anything. And of course, remember also that we are starting practically without getting our beginning of course boost. So I can only hope that rubber band AI is in effect here in a certain way that, like, if we just sandbag hard enough, the game will eventually be like, oh, hey, well, you're having some difficulty. Let's just loosen things up for you a little bit. And by sandbag, I of course don't mean that we're going to throw races. Any self-respecting rubber band AI would be able to tell that. So let's not be stupid about it, but let's be hopeful. Let's not be stupid, but let's be hopeful is kind of the refrain for a lot of things in life, isn't it? But I digress. We're doing much better this time because we didn't crash on that first lap. But hey, anything could go wrong at any second, and it probably will. Especially considering who is behind the wheel here. You know, I've never had a steering wheel controller for any console. I'm almost considering going and picking one up specifically to see if I can use it for stuff like this. And see how well it plays. Although saying that, I probably should not think about something that silly for... I probably am going to need to, like, find a used controller that's in not great condition anyway for... if I ever want to build an arcade stick, which, again, I think I mentioned this in a recent stream that I do want to pick up a fight stick at some point. But of course the problem is, you know, I play across a wide variety of consoles, and those things are disgustingly expensive even for a single console. So I would really want it to be a multi-console affair, but also I'm considering just being like, okay, let me see if I can track down some parts and build one myself, because then I also have complete control over, like, the chassis and how that stuff looks and everything, and, you know, I can make it look the way that I think looks better or something. But there we go, 2 tries and we got it. But anyway, yeah, basically just me saying, wow, arcade stick stuff is not cheap, is it? I'm surprised we beat that so easily. But hey.
Great racing, buddy.
Can't complain.
His helmet so the guys know you're one of us.
Thank you, sir.
Uh-oh. Incoming message from the boss.
I like how Clank's voice changes when he's got the helmet on.
Employees. First of all, whatever slug brain's been eating all the choo-chee bars in the break room, better quit stuffing his face. Around. Hey, turn those lights off. It's bad feng shui. Next, our space rendezvous point has been moved to, and listen up, knuckleheads, the Felsen system in Sector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're no good with numbers, find a buddy to help you. Lastly, the company picnic is this Sunday. Don't forget to bring your own juice this time. Hey! I saw that, Cletus! You just earned yourself a write-up. Don't worry. The boss only yells because he loves us.
Yes, sir. I do feel his affection.
Did you see that broadcast?
Not really.
Let's scope out that rendezvous point.
Yes, we might intercept some stray transmissions.
Alright, there we go. We've unlocked ourselves a new world, and it's all spaceship all the time. You know what? Let's do some more hover bike racing. Oh, this one's got weapons. The weapons appear in those little blue boxes. And you can tell this one's a little bit rough, because while you're not going to be actively targeted with weapons, I believe the other racers can get them. So if one of them gets, like, the electric field weapon or something, they can just blow you up with a stray electric bolt. And nobody wants that. Gee, I hope these guys are okay. After taking a missile like that. It seemed like fine, upstanding fellows. I almost feel bad. That's all. Only almost. And you can tell we didn't perform exactly the greatest on our first lap here. That's a tight turn to grab that weapon. But we are up to our necks in booster pads. And, well, the on-the-go version of booster pads anyway. Oops. Failed to make that jump, but I think we're going to be okay. Although we all know that confidence is the mind killer. It's the little death that brings total obliteration. Or whatever. I don't remember the exact line from Dune. I still haven't read that yet. I haven't seen the movie either. I need to. We've got a copy in the house somewhere. I've heard it's pretty good. Ah, yes, sometimes the weapon crates can give us shields as well. Which is not super important in this particular circuit. Again, we're not being actively targeted. But it can definitely help you run through some of those big lizards. Alright, the side cave is open now. And that is a much faster and generally safer path that a lot of your enemies don't really take. I just have to remember the right way to get in there. I think it's a turn that we make here, yes. Oh god, this might actually be pretty rough on this course. The other course, the side cave, is quite safe. And there's us fucking it up. Wow. That's probably cost us, but you know what? We're gonna keep rolling, and we're gonna see if we can get away with it. Fuck. Oh, you're gonna put me... I was gonna say, you're gonna put me back out of the main course, aren't you? Well, this one, I don't think we can recover from this, but we're not here to quit just yet. We're gonna see how much recovery we can make, at the very least. Hey, it's a racing game. Times are a few seconds apart anyway, so we could just as well make or break things fairly easily. You can see our position jumping around a little bit there. Like in the House of Pain. Well, we hit second place. That wasn't bad, really. That's a not half bad recovery there. I mean, we didn't succeed, but it's still not half bad. Oh, I didn't hit anybody with that. That's unfortunate. All I hit were big lizards. Shit, 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 shit. Getting real tight. Alright, are we back? We're out in front. I was gonna say, this last dude. Wow, these last guys are really making it tough for me. They're trying their damnedest. They deserve some They deserve some kind of accommodation for that. Woo! Gonna give me gray hairs. Not that hard. Oh boy. But this, however, this could be that hard. We've got the assault circuit. Main canyon and caves open. Weapons and turbos available. Racers attack Ratchet. Alright, so I was incorrect about what I said before about racers and using weapons, in that they really don't use the weapons in the traditional sense. However, in this race, occasionally they will draw a targeting reticle on your ass, and you basically have to fishtail for a bit in order to shake it off. Which means that this gets pretty rough sometimes. Even relative to the other races, this one is like kind of just the last one, but on roids a little bit. Like that. If you let it turn red, you're dead. It'll take a few seconds, but they will shoot a rocket at you, and there's just no avoiding it, and you die instantly. It's... well, instantly once it hits you anyway. There is no health meter in this sort of thing. It's just, kabam, you're dead, and you have to respawn. It's like you crashed. It's not like instant DQ or anything. The game isn't quite that rude. But it is a little... as you've noticed, it's not always easy to recover in this, so maybe it could just as well be an instant disqualification and it wouldn't really change too much. Oh god. Yeah, there we go. See? It happened. But we're going to try and we're going to see how good we can get here, especially because we're just absolutely floundering on several parts of this here. So... get off me. Not the time! Fuck! Goddamn asshole with goddamn asshole missiles. Yeah, we're landing in 7th at best. Oh no, we made it to 5th. That's shocking. But you can see that we were 9 seconds off of the leader. Because we got wrecked. Yeah, give me that shield. That will help out tremendously, at least until we can get to the side path, at which point, once we hit the side path, we should be safe. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna pull out a missile and try to hit us in here. So at the very least, we have that going for us. Oh, there was a tracker there. That was a little bit worrying. All right, we're out in front. Not for long. Oh shit! We managed to avoid drowning. Let's go. Let's fucking go. We managed to crash a missile into a wall. That's pretty good. Oh, man. Oh, yes. Second place. Third place. Fuck off with that shit. I know it's because this course curves funnily in there. Don't. It's like the Yoshi stage in Mario Kart 64. The one with the egg. And it just starts, you know, throwing up, I don't know where the hell anybody is, type of bits. Alright, so now we have just the expert circuit. And this is just gonna be the same thing, but harder. As you might expect. They're gonna bring their A game, and I'm gonna get blowed up. I'm gonna restart that race because that was some bad performance on my part. I got the machine gun and I just goofed at that point. I joined the goof troop. Get that thing off me. Jesus, look at how many people are in here. No. Oh, we're missing so many boosts. No! There we go. This time I remember to pick up a weapon. Granted, we're using the electro wave on a single dude. No, fuck off. Get out of here. Who is doing that? Can't wait for the crowd control version of that when you can just draw that on screen. It's just a gag during shit like this. Oh boy. We're super fucked on this. We have been playing this like absolute garbage. But that has probably thrown dagger for us. Get off of me with these fucking missiles, man! I want to restart that one because that's no good. To quote Sonic the Hedgehog. That's no good! Oh, thank goodness. That stopped her, like, immediately. Oh, boy. Can I get that? There we go. Stop! Get that thing off of my fucking back! This path is supposed to be safe! Is part of the other part of it. But I guess we are in the expert course, so if the AI didn't know about it by now, it would be a little weird, wouldn't it? Oh my god, I am absolutely going to keep restarting this one at early conveniences, unlike the other ones. Just because it would be nice to be able to bypass the the part of it where I'm doing everything for nothing. Ah. You are up against it here. They are out for blood. They must have been sick of me winning all the time. Among a lot of other things. Probably just sick in general. Alright, well, hopefully this shield will keep me safe for a moment while I try to cleave through some of my enemies here a little bit. As we failed to pick up the crate with the probably not that useful weapon, I feel like the weapons increase in usefulness solely based on how much ammunition they have, by the way. Get out of here with that shit. We're not having it. We're not having it. We are not having it. Don't. I don't even know where this last person is. Oh, is it right there? That can't possibly be. Oh, you just passed me at the last second, didn't you? Oh, 0.1 seconds apart. Oh, that hurts. Oh. And so does my thumb right now from holding down the X button. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, man. That was disgusting. Get off me. Don't. Opportunistic fuckball. Alright, it says we're in third... I was about to say, it says we're in third place, but we're going to gain it back. And then 4 of these guys come rocketing down the... Oh, what the hell, man? Where do they even come from coming that fast? Get... Alright. We're in first. Get off me! Ah! And again, suddenly, these guys just out of fucking nowhere And I still can't get that goddamn boost. Oh, I'm in 4th place. I am so toast. Oh, man. This is brutal. Absolutely. No. Fuck off. That's the worst game. Just the absolute worst. And that is actually probably the best that we could ever get out of that type of weapon. Not the time or the place for that game. Get out of my way, dude. We're not having that shit no more. Unfortunately, we're still in 5th place, and I don't know if I have any sort of inroad to get any faster here. So it may have actually screwed me to not take the boost at the beginning. Instead, opting for the weapon to clear more of the path, which is wild, because, boy, sometimes it really seems like destroying your enemies doesn't actually push them anywhere. Like, they just keep going, almost. It's amazing how absolutely useless the weapons in this are sometimes. At least it feels like they are. Here we go, keeping a big boost chain through as much of this area as possible. Oh, god damn it. That was unfortunate. Damn it! Jackass has shoved me out of the way of my free boost. How did I die there? What the hell? That was weird. Did I approach it with a slightly bad angle? The answer is probably yes, but wow, okay. Wow, okay. And somebody's pulling out a missile to really teabag me when I drop from 1st to 4th. Pardon me, 2nd to 4th. And then to 7th. Okay, sure. Don't believe you, game. Alright, a shield. That'll help. That should keep us safe at least until we get to the next weapon box. And we get a machine gun. Excellent. Get off me. Shield's back. I don't know where we're getting the bolts from, but okay, game. Unfortunately, we absolutely whiffed on collecting any of those boosts. And now these guys are just, again, rocketing right up my asshole! Speaking of asshole, Jesus Christ! What happened there? That was definitely something I've never run into in one of these before. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get off me. Unacceptable. No more fucking rockets. Enough of this, please. I am just losing control all over the place here. At the very least, I'm getting a little bit better at getting the opening booster. A little bit. Although here's this fucknut who's just randomly... Like, wow, there's just so much RNG to this, by the way. I'm really... I always kind of knew that, but it's sinking in pretty heavily here. I somehow didn't pick up that weapon crate. Okay, game. That's weird. But thanks for screwing me over, I guess. Oh, fuck! Jesus. Oh, man. This is absolutely some of the roughest I've dealt with in a while in terms of, well, any of this, really. Again, it's just, wow, they are so incredibly aggressive. And yeah, look at that. Who got in front of me and how while I was boosting past that guy while he was dead? It's fucking absurd is what it is. Like, that can't be a guy who is undoing getting lapped. There is no way. But after all of that, we finally beat it. Wow. Hey, look at the two dudes coming in at basically the same time. And another two dudes coming in at basically the same time. Wow. That is some rough business. Also, was that a platinum bolt I just saw? Oh, yikes. We may have to go back in there and figure out how we can get that, because that is pretty important. You know something, at this point, we don't even really have to win, so I probably shouldn't bother trying to race too hard. I should, like, just take the fall and be like, hey, yeah, it's easier for me to explore from the back. Is it over this way? Clearly not, if I just crashed. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. Oh no, who would have guessed? Say as I'm trying to explore the racetrack. I like how we're not even in last place, by the way. There are 20 riders. And there's still more of them to pass us. And I find that kind of adorable. If somebody was actually hanging back that hard that they could try to missile me, I would be just... Well, I would be in awe, really. Let's see, it's not here. Alright. I'm trying to think, did we see any sort of, like, switch or anything anywhere in that one room? And the answer, I believe, was no. So let's try going back to the water room and... What am I still being aimed at by? Oh, is it somebody who's... I'm nowhere near anybody, actually. So... It's not even racers attack Ratchet. It's just Ratchet occasionally gets attacked at random. That is cruel and unusual, game. Okay, unusual might be a bit of a stretch, but certainly cruel. fuck off! Is that necessary? Okay, there we go. We got the platinum bolt. Exit to level. Alright, game. That was just kind of rude at the end there. But hey, we got it. Alright. We're done with this level, I think. I believe we've done everything here. In fact, I can check my missions list, and that'll be a good way to see it. Yeah. We've gotten everything here. All missions complete. We can take a look at everywhere else, too, and see if we missed anything on a previous world, but I think we're going to find that we're good to go here. Except that there's still some secret shit to get on a couple of these planets, but eh. Hey, guys, get off me. There we go. Alright, well... Again, game felt like being a little rude there at the end, as usual. But let's get our ammunition back, and you know what? I think we can probably afford that pulse rifle now, right? That's the only other gun we don't have? Yeah, it's the pulse rifle. Alright, let's pick it up. And let's check this thing out. Hold L1. Hold the R1 button to zoom in, R2 to zoom out. Like I said, pretty nice. But only 8 shots, so that's a little unfortunately. A little unfortunately. Wow. I probably should just head off now. Oops.